Kate, congratulations and welcome to the program here.
Thank you.
House District 98 is probably the most Republican district in the United States. Where do you see an opening for a victory as a progressive Democrat?
I call myself a pragmatic progressive. So I am progressive, but I also want to get things done. So yeah, House District 98 has been reliably Republican, and I knew that when I got into the race. But between the MAGA fatigue, the wonderful overperformance of Democrats voting almost 3 to 1 Republicans in this past primary, and a female advantage, and the real concern about the public schools, which is a great reason why people moved to House District 98. So all of that tied up, I think, will bring me within the margin of error of winning. So I'm in it to win it.
You will face Armin Mizani in the November general election. He has shown that he can raise money and put money behind TV ads and get people out there. How do you counter that?
Yeah, that's a tough one. My campaign is probably not going to have access to that kind of political action committee money. Yeah. But I think Taylor Ramett showed us that money can't buy elections.
He's the Democrat that won State Senate District 9.
He is. And his SD9 district overlaps about 50% with House District 98. So that bodes well for me. But
have you spoken to him about any lessons and gotten any advice from Taylor Ramett?
He's been so busy, getting into office. I have not spoken with him directly, but I did campaign for him and speak with him before. And we share a lot of the same issues. It's kitchen table issues. It's schools, it's affordability, it's health care. I have a background in healthcare management. And so, those are the types of things that really concern people no matter what district you're in.
Even with motivated Democrats this year showing up at the polls here, Mizani still won more in the Republican primary than you did. How do you overcome a deficit like that just in the primary alone?
Yeah, well, I have to admit, I was campaigning more for Taylor Ramett than I was myself in the lead up, so it didn't leave a lot of time for me to do door knocking. However, I've been a precinct chair and a committee chair with the Tarrant County Democratic Party for about 4 years, and so the precinct chairs are ready to help me door knock. I think I can raise the money that's necessary to get my name recognition out there with a lot of social media, of course, and earned media. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that and working on the real grassroots, having coffees at people's houses and just trying to talk to everyone, whether that's an independent or a disgruntled Republican, people who are just concerned about their schools and their neighborhoods.
If elected, Kate, top 2 priorities you'd like to get passed, what are they?
Well, the number one is repeal school vouchers. It does not benefit our public schools, and for House District 98, that's a great reason, a big reason why people move to that district is because of the great schools. I read yesterday that about 600 kids from the Grapevine Colleyville School District have applied for vouchers. So that money is going to get siphoned out of schools. That's going to decrease the quality. It's going to decrease our teacher retention. And what happens after that? Probably your property values are going to decrease. So that's a really important measure for, why people should vote for me in November.
But the voucher program has 160,000 applications, more than that, just in the first 6 weeks here as we close in on the deadline for that. That suggests a lot of interest to me, a lot more than I thought, a lot more money than the legislators set aside for. Did Democrats misread that, misjudge that interest?
No, I don't think we misjudged it. We knew that there would be a lot of interest in the program. What is going to be interesting, and we don't really have the numbers yet, so we don't know for sure, is how many of those students and parents are already in public schools. In private schools. Sure. So are we diverting that money to the wrong people? It should be for those who really need special assistance. If we're going to do a voucher program, I have a kid, an adult kid now, who had severe dyslexia. And so there are some conditions where students with a disability or learning difference where they need extra help and they really could benefit from private schools that public schools cannot provide adequately.
Right.
And so those are the kids, but not welfare for wealthy families who just want to put their kids in religious or private schools.
One of your priorities is to increase the minimum wage and to expand Medicaid. Republicans refuse to do both. If you're elected, how would you even try to do something your colleagues couldn't do in the past?
Yeah, that Medicaid expansion, that's going to happen over time. I mean, that's not, unless we win the governorship, and with Vicki Goodwin, I hope, winning the lieutenant governorship. Now that would be a total game changer, obviously. So, but that said, I am more than happy to work with Republicans and Democrats already in the legislature who have ideas on how we can make those incremental changes to improve the lives of those who need our social safety net.
You propose legalizing gambling and marijuana to create new tax revenue that could replace some property taxes.
Right.
Everyone wants low property taxes,
Right.
or to reduce the sky-high property taxes here in the state.
Right.
But legalizing gambling and marijuana is a non-starter in Austin.
Well, again, I think as a business person, I ran businesses for my whole career, nonprofits. You can't just reduce a property tax without, or any other taxes, without replacing it. And I think younger people and the next generation, they know that. And you know, it's both of those would be an economic development source for Texas, as well as the increased taxes. So if you look at it from the objective standpoint, yes, there's sin taxes, but you know, it's going to bring those benefits to Texas. And we can't rely on just the surplus to reduce property taxes. Surpluses come and go, they get, you know, more and less. So we need new revenue, tax revenue, that will provide a consistent source of income and revenue for the state in order to permanently reduce the property taxes.
Kate, you have a heck of a resume. You've done everything from journalism to CEO in healthcare. You moved back here to be closer to family. Why in the world do you want to enter politics now? Why not just enjoy the years and stay away from the toxic mess that it is today?
Well, two reasons. One, when I woke up in 2016, I was horrified on what happened with the national election. And then when I moved back, and I always worked in my jobs in nonprofit, working in advocacy, and I loved it. I loved advocating for my nurse practitioners and athletic trainers. So when I moved back and I retired, I really missed that part of it. But more than anything, I want to return. I grew up here in North Texas, so I want to return it to the values that I know, what I think are the true Texas values that we grew up with, and it is that diversity, that respect for other cultures, the constitutional fundamentals of freedom of religion, and providing that safety net for those less fortunate than us. So it's twofold. It's one, I miss the advocacy, and that's where my heart is. Mm-hmm. And secondly, to bring us back to you know, a Texas that we can be proud of.
Kate, congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you so much.